Shalom, Jonathan Bernis here with our Middle East update. There's two things that are noteworthy that I want to talk about today. The first is that the U.S. just issued a statement that they will not support a UN resolution for a ceasefire between Hamas and Israel unless the 101 hostages are returned to Israel. Dead or alive, the U.S. has stated that for a ceasefire to take place, Hamas must be willing to return all of the hostages. Good on you, USA. This is so important, and Israel would not agree to a ceasefire without the return of the hostages, dead or alive. So the U.S. is standing up for Israel in this regard, so I'm thankful for that. The second thing is kind of interesting, that with President-elect Trump coming into power soon, both Israel and the Palestinians are supportive of the new president. Both of them are excited. Both the leaders of Israel and the Palestinians contacted Trump and said that they were both hopeful for the future, which is really miraculous because in this Biden administration, both Israel and the Palestinians have lost trust in this administration, but they're both hopeful with President Trump coming back into power. Now, why would both Israel and the Palestinians be excited about Donald Trump coming back into the presidency? Well, I'll help you understand. First, Israel loves Donald Trump. In fact, they consider him the most supportive president in the history of Israel. Here's what Donald Trump did for Israel during his term. He recognized Israel's right to keep the Golan Heights, taken from Syria in the 1967 war. That's been under dispute for decades. But Trump said, I recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Secondly, President Trump recognized Israel's right to build territories in the West Bank. No other president previous to him accepted that or supported Israel in building settlements in the West Bank. Donald Trump said, you have the right to do it for your security. And the greatest act on the part of Trump was to move the embassy. After many decades, the U.S. had already voted to move the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, and they kept withholding it. Term after term, president after president, and finally Donald Trump said, with great courage, we are moving the embassy, the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, and recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And that endeared Donald Trump to the Israeli people. And so they trust Donald Trump greatly. And they believe that Donald Trump will support their security, that Donald Trump will provide the necessary arms to finish this war. Israel and Prime Minister Netanyahu trust and love Donald Trump. Now, why are the Palestinians so excited and believe that Donald Trump will be helpful to them? And the answer is Donald Trump has also declared that he is committed to a two-state solution, a solution that will protect Israel's boundaries and safety and provide sovereignty and autonomy for the Palestinians. So everyone's hopeful right now for the first time in many, many years. All I can say is we'll see what happens. As I close, let me share some stats with you concerning the war, specifically Israeli casualties. This is as of today, 255 hostages, 101 in captivity, many of them, at least 30 known to be dead already, but need to be returned, 154 freed, and 1,781 that have fallen and been murdered since October 7th, and of course, including October 7th. 800 IDF soldiers have been killed, 905 civilians, and 76 police officers and ISA agents. And of course, with the Palestinians, the numbers are around 40,000. Very, very unfortunate that they have been in harm's way. We hope that this war comes to an end. We pray that Hamas is eradicated, that Hezbollah ceases their attack in the north against Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, That means praying for Israelis, praying for Palestinians, praying for the eradication of Hamas and Hezbollah, and praying for God's peace plan through the Prince of Peace, Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah, to come into the hearts of Israelis and Palestinians, Jews and Arabs alike. This is Jonathan Bernis saying, God bless you. Keep praying for Israel.